Hey, it's me, your dad, Systematic. Today I want to talk about something that's being discussed in the comments of my videos. I want to talk about sentence splicing and AI voices. I want to talk about what... the writers are at it again. But yes, I want to talk about sentence splicing and AI voices, why I use both, the advantages and disadvantages of both of them, and which one I prefer. The answer will surprise you. No, it won't. Now, before I get started, I just want to ask you to
Stab the subscribe button and burn my name into your neighbour's garden.
So, I'm just going to give a quick TLDR for those who don't want to watch the entirety of the video. Sentence splicing will always be better than AI voices. It takes time and effort to sentence splice, it uses the original assets which are more fun and more enjoyable, and it always reminds me of those early YouTube videos, such as Gary's Mod Idiots Box and all other kinds of YouTube stuff. And it's just more enjoyable, it's more likeable, and it's more fun. However, AI can be used to fill in the gaps that sentence splicing can't, and since AI is getting better and better these days, it's probably going to get to the point where it's going to be indistinguishable from the regular Team Fortress 2 voices, and that scares me a little. There is a third thing I should probably talk about as well, and that is voice acting. Now, voice actors are people who are able to impersonate the characters in the video. They can change their tone, the pitch, the speed of the voices to suit the needs of what's going on in the scene at the time, and that's not really something you can do with sentence splicing. Well, you can, but it doesn't sound as good. I can change the speed of a voice, the pitch, but I can't. But using the software I use, Audacity, it comes off as roboty and not very good. Unfortunately for myself, though, I am not a voice actor. Voice actors are talented people who perfect the craft day or night. I'm just an idiot who does stupid voices. Also, I don't know any voice actors. I actually don't have that many friends, if any at all. I'm very lonely. But yeah, if I was to do a voice, it would probably sound like this.
Doctor, I need healing.
Jawohl, I'm coming.
Not in public, doctor.
And that would sound bad. However, if I was to do a Gollum voice,
Hobbitses, they're taking the control point! Stupid hobbitses, get on the control point!
Peter Jackson, if you can't get in touch with Andy Serkis for the next Gollum film, give me a call. But yeah, voice acting as well, advantages and disadvantages. So, with introductions done out of the way, let's get started on the video. Firstly, let's talk about sentence splicing, how I do it and stuff like that. So if this is done right, oh, that's a nice little swipe there. Here we go. This is the sentence splicing for the Team Fortress 2 video I just made. It's a wonderful game. Now, I better turn down the music before I get copyright struck again. But as you can see, I take words from the game, and I mix it around a little. However, sometimes you don't get words. Sometimes the characters don't say words. So like blue, who doesn't actually say blue? So
Blah!
I've taken like blur from blood and Harry's jeers where he goes boo and mix them together to make blue.
Blah!
Sometimes it can get really complicated with the sentence mixing. Like if I go to over here, where I make him say like, I say the balance, trying to make him say that.
I told them they are balanced.
Now, for balance, what I've had to do is mix a lot of words here. So I've got the B-A, ba,
They're balanced.
ba, la, pre-game loss, where it says las, and then it's like S-E and D here. Now let me show you how I make this originally. Like let's make an original track here, like new. Yep, there we go. This user go. Now I use Audacity because it's free and it's quite easy to use, and I don't really have that many problems with it. Now go to Audacity, go to track, add new stereo. Make sure that it's a format of 16-bit, and make sure it's a rate of 44,100 because Source Filmmaker doesn't seem to like any video clips that aren't that. So let's make a second one as well, because that'll be easier for later on. I'll show you why in a moment. Format 16-bit. Is it 44,100? Yes, it is. Excellent. So now what I will do to make a voice line is I would go to the responses section on the Team Fortress 2 wiki. If you want to find it, just open up Team Fortress wiki. I bookmarked the page, of course. Go to search and then just type in like responses. That's not how you spell responses. Search. And it comes up with responses straight away. Excellent. So let's do something like, let's make Scout say, I like potatoes. What I would do is I would open up the Scout tab with the responses, and then I would type Control F on Windows Chrome, and I would type in like, I like. Now Scout doesn't appear to say I and like in the same sentence, so I'd actually get rid of that, because I know he says like, and he says I. So now we're going to go through all of these that this suggests. I'm going to find one that has an I on it that I like the sound of.
I got it.
Like, we'll use this one here, which is, if we drag it over to it, we have Scout Auto Captain Intelligence. So we right-click it, and it plays, well, we click on it, or right-click on it in the News tab, and it plays the voice line.
I got it.
Now, if I didn't know where that was on my PC, I would download it. Left-click here, download it. That gets downloaded into my downloads folder. And we go up to here, File, Import Audio. We go to my downloads, which is here, the one I just downloaded. Now, I know this is in the game. I'm just using this as an example. Double-click it, copy it, and then paste it into the track. And then we sort of like zoom in until we can. And what we're going to do is isolate the I and then just cut out the rest of it.
I got it.
So he obviously says I got it as the first word. So we do that. We click on here. We push Control I to cut it. Delete that. And then we use the edges to sort of like change the length of how he says that sentence. So we got like we got an I. We've got a straight I here. Now we're going to go back to the responses page. Close that down. And we're going to look for like. So just like space. And it's going to scroll down here till we find something that sounds like a like. Now look for something that's also like clear, plain, that's easy to understand, and it's very clear that he said the word like.
You're like a car crash in slow motion. It's like I'm watching you fly through a windshield.
Now I think that it's very quick there, so I'm not too sure if I would use that. So let's go down a little more. How about you like that chuckle nuts?
You like that, chuckle nuts?
Okay, I think I'm going to use that one. So once again, we drag over it, and it tells us what the voice line is called, Scout Revenge 03. So we'll go back to Audacity. We're going to go to File, Import Audio, and, well, I have like shortcuts on my desktop to the sound folder. Now what I've done is I've taken all of my voice lines and dumped them into one single folder, TF, sound. You normally go through all of these to find them, but I've deleted every non-voice line that isn't a WAV, and I've converted them all into WAVs and dump it all into one folder so it's easy to find. So now we go down here and we type in like Scout and score. What was the voice line called again? I'm very bad at forgetting things. Scout Revenge 03. So Scout underscore Revenge. If I could type Revenge 03. There we go. Let's drag it over here a little so that we can, it doesn't overlap.
You like that?
So there we go. So we've got a like is just this part. You like. Control I to delete the rest. Now we have to copy and paste this because for some reason Audacity doesn't let me move this up and down here. But when it's already pasted into these audio tracks, it will let me go up and down like that. It's a weird thing. I don't understand it myself. But that's just the way Audacity works sometimes. So now we've got, do my little...
You like...
Okay, now we're just going to like sort of like elongate these to try and find the like.
You like...
But Scott doesn't actually state the case, so it's like, you like. So...
You like...
We're just going to shorten this out until we just get the like.
Like...
Okay, now that I've heard that he doesn't say the K at the end, that sort of bothers me. So we're going to find another one. How do you like me now?
How do you like me now, blockhead?
See, he doesn't really say the like, the entire word. He like abbreviates it.
I feel like winning.
Okay, it's not a strong K. I'm trying to find a strong...
Okay, raise your hand if you like winning.
I'm trying to find a strong K. And I know that one of these is a strong K. You look like you run through fire.
Look at you! You look like you ran through traffic!
Wait.
Look at you! You look like you ran through traffic!
So there's a like there. It's very quick though, but we're going to try it anyway. And that's like Scout Domination 07. Back into here, File, Import Audio, Scout Domination 07, 06, 07. There we go. Now he says it very quickly.
Look at you! You look like you ran...
And we're going to find and isolate the part where it says you look like.
Look at you! You look like you ran... You look like you ran...
There we go. So I'm just going to take the edges here, shorten it down, and then copy, paste it up here. And I'm going to compare the two in a bit.
You look like...
Shorten that down. Okay, I think that's good enough. So then I'm just going to compare the two. But honestly, that's too quick, and it's very hard to understand what he's saying. So I just have to do this and hope people will understand that Scout abbreviates his words sometimes. And then we're going to find potato. So if I go back to here and search potato, there is no potato word. So we're just going to start a process of elimination and start deleting things until something pops up. So we have spot. How does pot sound?
Oh, you know what would hit the spot? Brains!
That's like pot. It's like po. I'm looking for the phoneme that is like po, not pot. So I'm just going to go through some of these and pony.
My pony magic does nothing!
See, that's close enough. That's like potato, pony. So we're going to find this word here. We're going to have to create our own word here now. So scout item unicorn on fire. So since scout doesn't say potato, we're going to be making our own potato. Scout item unicorn on fire 1. Excellent. So grab that. Up. We can't do that. So we've got to like copy and paste it up here. Delete that.
My pony.
And then we find the pony.
Pony man.
Excellent. Again, Control I, separate it. Just looking for pony.
Pony.
There we go. That's close enough. Now looking for scout saying tato. So, po-tay. We've got ta, taste. Do we have a taste maybe? We've got captain. That's not taste. So like T-A-Y. So T-A-Y. What D? I think that's not it. We've got stay. So we're going to find this one here. Cart stay close offense 01. Good. So file. Import. Not a MIDI. File. I don't even know what a MIDI is. Scout. Cart stay close offense 01. Excellent. So drag it over here so it doesn't overlap.
Stay by the...
Excellent. It's this beginning bit here. So we're going to find that. Now, copy, paste. And I'm just going to zoom in a little and try and isolate the tay sound.
Stay.
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 There you go. That's it. That's tay.
Stay.
So the reason why I have 2 lines is because if I stuck them together like that,
Stay.
it sounds like he's slowing it down. It sounds like Scout's slowing it down to say each and every phoneme, like po, tay. But if I drag it over each other slightly like this, it sounds like they will roll into each other.
Stay.
Maybe just a little less. Well, this is how I see things anyway. Other voice people who do this will probably have a better way of doing it.
Stay.
And now we're going to look for toe. So is there like a word that ends with like T-O space? Now, look for toe, not two. So half of these aren't going to be, up to snuff. Back up to the top. Let's have a look for two, toe, two, 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 into, two. Got two be kidding me, two things, two hits here. Look for toe. You're not looking for potato. And there's any of them like that. So let's try and look for like T-O-W, T-O-E. So, but there's no potato as in T-O. So we're going to have to make our own T-O-W sound. Let's look for a way. So we're going to look for a 2 here, like potato.
Way to go, Pat.
Look for a long sounding T, like a strong T.
You're a disgrace to the uniform.
That's not quite that strong.
There ain't enough crits in the world to kill me.
Of course, it could be just like Scout's accent, how he the voice actor says the words.
It's starting to bore me how much you suck. Yo, if you didn't want me to kill you, you should have said something.
Nope. So it's going to be hard to find a 2. Say goodbye to your kneecaps.
Say goodbye to your kneecap.
Nope. I mean, if I wanted to, it'd take even a longer time. I could just type T and go through all of the 2,000 words. That I think it sounds good enough. But I'm not going to do that. Let's try something that's a bit lower down. About doctor.
I hate doctors.
Nope.
Doctor.
Okay, that sounds actually quite good. Doctor. That is Scout Domination Med 06. So, file, import audio, Scout Domination. I cannot type with the microphone in the way. Med 06. Excellent. So, scroll out a little, move over here.
Doctor.
So, excellent. That's a good strong T over here. So, just going to close it out. Close that out. Zoom in until we get just the T sound. Okay, that should do. Now we're just going to copy and paste that up into the rows up ahead here. And now we've got to find a word where Scout goes like O's. So let's see. Oh, yes. He says does. But that's like a does. That's like O's. Does this goes. There you go. That's a good one. Goes on forever. Scout SF12 falling. Now I'm going to import audio. Scout SF12 falling 03. Click it. Open it. And he says it in these end bits here.
Crap, this goes on forever.
Excellent. So I'm just going to drag that down here. Close that down there. Copy, paste it up here. And then...
This goes on. This goes on.
Excellent. Now I'm going to shorten it until we just get the O sound effect.
Goes on. Goes on. Goes on. Goes on.
Okay, just shorten that. Goes
on. Goes on.
Get rid of the G sound.
Goes on. Goes on. Goes on.
There we go. And then just drag it over here. And we have finally made potatoes. Or even actually sounds like it says potatoes. Okay, good enough. Drag over here. Bring it over there. Start it at the beginning. And what does it sound like?
I like potatoes.
Good enough. Oh, if I just got rid of that last bit, that I probably didn't even need. It sounds like he's saying potatoes, which sounds quite, sounds quite scout actually. He likes to abbreviate some words, so potatoes.
I like potatoes.
But he doesn't have an S at the end.
I like potatoes.
Perfect. Okay, maybe like shorten this one here.
I like potatoes.
I like potatoes. Good. That's it. I made Scout say I like potatoes. It took me about 13 minutes, but that's because I was explaining it. It'll probably go faster than that. Now, the problem with this as well is that sometimes you can't even find the phonemes. You can't even, like some characters won't even, say certain words in certain ways. Or sometimes I'm just an idiot. Like, in my GGEZ video, I had Demoman. I tried to make him say GG, but I couldn't really find it myself. So I used an AI voice, but someone in the comments told me, hey, you should have just done it this way. And he was absolutely right. So if I was to try and get Demoman to say, like, G... no word says G, but if I do that, just GE, and then scroll down, no, not just like that, and look for like get them, language, no, actually I'll start at the beginning, because I think I saw one a few days ago, so like, drag down, I'll be gentle, that's a GE sound, and I completely missed that because I'm an idiot. So what I could do is like...
Don't fret, boyo, I'll be gentle.
That's like gentle, so this is just a different thing as well. This is me being wrong, and showing that I was wrong and that I should have tried better, which I apologise for. Okay, so drag over that. Gentle, taunt 04. So demo underscore taunt, what is it? Where is it? It's taunt, oh, Demoman taunt 04, goodness me. Yeah, see, it's annoying. Sometimes the voice files are like demo, or other ones are like Demoman. Taunt 04. And then we're looking for like a strong E space. And we've got C. Couldn't you see the bloody bombs? Demoman special completed 10. So import audio, Demoman special completed 010. There we go. I'm just gonna drag those over.
I'll be
So the G sound starts over here. Let's just do that. Why could I do it there, but I can't skip the line? That's so weird. Anyway, copy those, paste them up here, close them, kill them, and then
Couldn't you see the
C. There we go. So just like that. And then we got E. And then back over here. And then let's put this up here. Let's put this one below it slightly.
G?
And we've got a perfectly stronger G. I didn't need to use AI voice for that G, and I apologise. I was just being lazy. And unfortunately, though, there was no way I could put this into YouTube after the video's made, which is a bit sad. Now, let's talk to the second part. That's how I make that's how I do sentence splicing. It takes a long time, but it's incredibly worth it. It's fun, it sounds good, it's enjoyable, it's got its ups and downs. It's got the whole Team Fortress 2 silly video vibe that we expect from most YouTube videos these days. Now let's go to the AI portion of this video very quickly here as well, yeah. So, this is Scout saying, I like potatoes.
I like potatoes.
I like potatoes. Great. I did this earlier just to make it easier for all of us. But, if I just go to text to speech, this is what I did earlier. I got a Scout to say, I like potatoes. It took about 20 seconds to... less than 5 seconds to type it in, 20 seconds to render it, and here we have it.
I like potatoes.
Now, see, that doesn't sound that bad to me. I actually think that sounds rather good. And if I took a long time to make potatoes, I would probably let me just show you quickly. What I'm going to do is click download. Click download up
I
here.
like potatoes.
Now what I could do is download that. That'll appear in here. Now here we have I like potatoes. Import that from the downloads folder. Thank you very much. Double click that. This is Scout saying I like potatoes. Just going to drag up here because I'll show you some stuff later. And we have...
I like potatoes.
See, that sounds practically indistinguishable from like Scout saying it in the game. You know it's AI because it doesn't sound that quite right. There's this bit of tinniness there. There's a bit of echo in some places. It's not proper.
I like potatoes.
It sounds not warbled, what's the word? It sounds artificial in some places, and that's how you know it's AI. But what I could do is
I like potatoes.
mix them up a little. This is what I do sometimes, actually. If I can't find a certain word or phoneme even, I'll just like Control I here, to where it says potatoes. Like, if I was like, oh, I can't make potatoes, but I can certainly do like I like, just drag that over here and move it over this way. And now we have...
I like potatoes.
It doesn't sound that bad, actually. And a part of me might even use that if I couldn't actually find scouts saying I like... If I couldn't even make scouts say I like potatoes. Is it good? No, it's not that good. But it can be hidden in certain things, in certain sentences. Like, you'd be able to, like... If you think it sounds good enough, put some music over it. Actually, let's do that, actually. Let's have some music. Libraries, music. Let's go to my Save To soundtrack. What's a good one? Dapper Cadaver. Excellent. Now we'll lower the volume a little. Actually. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a bit of mixing here. And drag that to the beginning. Where's the beginning, you stupid plonker? There we go. And that should be doing it. And click and play.
I like potatoes.
Okay, let's just do that. Over here. And...
I like potatoes.
Okay, now ask yourself, with the music involved, would you be able to know that I was AI? If I didn't make this entire video, if I didn't say, I like potatoes, or tell you this, would you know that Scout saying potatoes here is AI?
I like potatoes.
Be honest with yourself. And that's the scary thing about AI. It's getting good. It is getting better. And I don't like using it. Okay, I think it's lazy. I don't... It's lazy. There's the whole controversy about, is it art? It's like, is AI art at all? We don't want it replacing voice actors. We don't want it replacing artists. We don't want AI replacing anybody. But it can assist in some places. And I'm sorry that some of you might even feel like that way. Some of you might be diehard, like, burn the machine. But if I couldn't, like, if I wasn't able to make potatoes here,
Potatoes.
I would use this.
I like potatoes.
Because it does sound good. It's AI, it's Abomination, but it does sound good. But this sounds more fun.
Potatoes.
And that's why I will always... And that's why I will always use sentence splicing before I use AI, because even if this does sound good...
I like potatoes.
You know it's artificial, you know it's not fun, and it just puts you off. But if you use sentence splicing...
I like potatoes.
You know it's sentence splice, you know it's fun, you know it's all of the voice actors in the game, and you know that somebody didn't take 25 seconds to render a voice line and put it into a video.
I like potatoes.
So yes, I think I'm going to stop the video here. I think I've demonstrated what I need to. So let me just give you a quick TLDR. I love sentence splicing because sentence splicing is much better than AI. It's more fun. It's more enjoyable. It uses the original assets. It takes time and it takes effort. And some people might even say it could be like an... I don't want to say art form because I don't even understand art. But, you know, it's a form of enjoyment, of joy and entertainment itself. But AI can supplement it. If I can't find a word or a phoneme that's only if the characters say it, I can just go into an AI app. I can just say this, and it will say this. And I could sneak it into a video, and some people might not even notice it. But AI isn't that great either, as you can hear here.
I see scouts of blue. I see scouts of blue.
That sounds atrocious, but it could get better, and that's the scary thing. Okay, I think I've talked about it enough. You should probably make your own opinions of it. Argue in the comments. You know, how about that? Have yourselves a good old argument in the comments about whether or not AI is good or bad. That'd be very, you know, drive that engagement up. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. And that's all the time we have. I've been Systematic, and a big old thank you all for plowing through this video. I like potatoes.